You're on a path in the woods, and you're here to slay her. You make your way up the short path. We're not going to go through with this, right? Ignore him. The interior of the cabin is almost entire. The blade is your... You take the blade from... The door to the basement creaks open, revealing her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you...
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
How about you drop the knife and the...
Look how reasonable she's being. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we... You ignore the trembling in your hands.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you...
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, so you should just drop it. Best...
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. You go into this expecting to die. You're...
Hesitating? Why don't you... Then I'm not talking to you.
You stare at the princess. She squints back. The two of you are gonna do this forever, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm sure.
For goodness sake, the two of you can't just stand around like this forever. You charge the princess, blade trembling in your hand, but you've already lost. She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the... We shouldn't have hesitated. But she doesn't stop there. She kicks you a few times for good measure, the pointed tip of her shoes feeling like a pickaxe against your as you lie, crushed and broken on the basement floor. The princess kneels on your throat. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the up...
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you.
She applies more pressure, slowly squeezing what's left of your life out. This is the end. I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end you're here to slay her. I can assure you that you're not dead, and to answer, if he doesn't remember what happened, then you know I can hear you, right? It's going to be, what does it matter what he knows? There's nothing we can do to stop her. She is not going to kill you unless you let her, but slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be... Those are two very different... Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time. You died last time, which of course we died. We couldn't land a single blow on her, and what were we supposed to do to stop her then? What are we supposed to do to stop her now? She's just a princess. Slaying her shouldn't have been difficult, but congrats. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. The princess killed us and now... Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that if it's the latter, what do you think happened? Do you think the people there lived happily ever... If she ended the entire world, why should we even bother? Just because she's capable of ending the world doesn't mean you're not capable of slaying her. A warning. She will lie. We might as well just pledge ourselves to her and stop. Can we tone down the pessimism? Just as I'm not being a pessimist. You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference, so please try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on... if that's what you want. The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would. The blade is your implement. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. You take the blade from the altar. You walk up to the wall next. What are you talking about? You reach forward, and we should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, her booming voice...
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping. The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do.
The little bird has returned to me. I want you brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless.
The blade slips from your fingers, and we didn't have to do that, and yet you did. She's so much more than us. Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel.
On her command, you fall to the floor, knees painfully connecting with hard stone.
That's my good little bird. No, the last time we met, you couldn't even scratch me. And yet here you are again. What draws you back here beyond the empty halls of death? Speak.
The last time we met? I suppose that lends credence to our conversation in the woods. You weak-willed buffoon.
Is that so?
The princess closes her eyes in contemplation.
Something about that thought wraps itself around my heart. It feels like a fundamental... The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new. And it's time for me to seize my destiny. And you, little bird.
She's inevitable. There's nothing else for us to do but help.
All you have to do is break these chains.
Don't be rude. Of course, it's not rude to question someone who's apparently trying to end the world. That's exactly why it's rude.
I can, easily. But that isn't what I... The story of a terrible and bountiful God unbounded of her own will is no story. The destruction in Genesis that's to follow in my wake. The song of you, being so struck by my glory. So, and from your act of utter devotion and submission, submit now, submit later. It makes no difference. Because this isn't about desire. This is about what I am. Know the limits of your privilege, little bird. There's an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet. Your will was so easily broken. All you need to do now is break my chains.
If this is what you want, then I guess there's not much else for me to say. No, you can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't let you.
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where it doesn't Is that a person? No, it used to be a person.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you? A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits.
No. What are you talking about?
I don't care what you are. You're mine. Rise, my little bird.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Break my chains.
And how are we supposed to do that? All you need to do is believe it's been done. Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist. She is.
What a good disciple you are.
She's gone. And there's that mirror again. But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. I don't want to look at us. What is that supposed to mean? Whatever. This is what we will do.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in where direction. All of me is changing. It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. It does seem small from here, and the more we journey, the smaller each of those steps will be. My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. Perhaps this will change when our I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. There's nowhere for you to be but here. I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
You're on a path in the woods. Seriously? You're just going to... Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path... You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. Killing is such a gauche phrasing and completely ignores the bigger picture. Your task is to slay the princess. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for super... There's always a choice. But let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much every... And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, at first it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers, in every direction, there is a path and a cabin. Wait, what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you. You've doomed us all. You know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of... You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time. You're on a path in the woods. You're here to... My tricks. If he doesn't remember what happened, then... I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience. The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining every... The world really did end last time, didn't it? Which the world hasn't ended yet. And you are never going to slay her with that attitude. You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I have a warning. Before she will lie. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Ignore him. He's just been... Let's... The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all project... The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do... If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust. Or better yet, grab it. No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen... I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with... Oh, you can't just say that. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through... And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. Oh, ho, ho, ho! You've piqued my interest. Nothing. Because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a... The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircase. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that if the princess lives here, slaying her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and...
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here?
No. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. We don't even have a... But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice... And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your... There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his... You step to the right. The path feels soft and reassuring against your feet. The stairs almost seem... But the further you go, the deeper you sink in. First, it's like a lovely plush carpet, your toes digging down and barely hitting. The softness threatens to swallow you whole, to wrest control of your body and surround you in a false ethereal bliss, pretending to say it's slow going, but you manage to fight against the overwhelming urge to fall back into comfort and nothingness, the very struggle to continue forward consuming your every thought. You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing.
Are you okay?
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old... The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you.
You can call me Princess, if you'd like. Princess.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her. We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. You said you'd been here before, right? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given. Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not... Oh, new plan! Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Do you need help? Not that there's much I can do chained up like this, but I'm the only one down here. So if you need...
What's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start? We'd always start by retrieving the blade. Can we even leave this place? I don't like thinking about what might happen to us if we have to go back. Well, that's where the blade is. If you want it, you'll have to go and get it. I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say, just... It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop.
I don't know what happened to you, but you look like you're in one piece now. But I understand. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled... We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out.
I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I... You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here?
I don't know why I'm here, but there has to be a reason, right? You don't just lock a princess away in a place like this without a reason. But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen. Or at least...
Oh, don't be coy. We both know why I'm locked away here. I'm a monster. And the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath. But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so... Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. Wait, that's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. Find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her, leave her to languish. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... We can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world falls apart. I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and the others, they just don't fit.
They just don't fit.
We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
She's gone. And is that a... This doesn't feel right. Yeah, don't look at it.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there? Rhetorical. I am not rhetorical. I have only known these spaces. I'm asking you because I cannot know your mind. There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people, fresh. We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. If I did, I would already be awake. No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in this space? I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of... You have already chosen to walk along this path, and we both know you will... You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not... What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? And you'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be. I never left your side. The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here. Wait.
You're on a path in the woods. That's the spirit. You make your way up the shore. We're not going to go through with this. The interior. You take the blade. The door to the basement.
Don't be a stranger.
It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. You step forward.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that's so, you
lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to... Do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes. Even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to... But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago. But is it over? Really? It's over. We should make sure. What's the harm in checking? I really don't... And why shouldn't we? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. You lean down and place your hand against her neck. We definitely won't if you keep talking. I'm sorry, do you want her to be alive? You just saved the entire... Wait, what was... You know what that was? That was the sound of a heart.
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Something sharp digs into your side, the shock of it sending your nerves into a... Quick, let's get out of here. It's too late for that now. You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your... As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading.
An eye for an eye. A life for a life. See you around.
You were so close. Why did you hesitate? For whatever that's worth. Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay. I can assure you that you didn't slay her, and that she didn't. If he doesn't remember what happened, then...
This whole thing's a crock of shit. She's just going to pull a knife out of nowhere and...
Stabbed to death? Well, you won't have to...
Yeah, that's exactly what you told us last time. You said this whole thing would be easy, but after we sank our...
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons. So there's no reason to fear her. You were made... A warning. She will lie.
We couldn't be more on the money.
But we're really doing this, aren't we? We know what to look out for this time. Just stay focused and you'll... The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards. The blade is your implement. You take the blade from the table.
It feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stair. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood.
That's right, scraping.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chain. Her grating voice carries.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There is something so wrong.
Yeah, she thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act this.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody. Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't.
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
A knife? What are you talking about? I don't have a knife. And why would I stab you to death? I don't know you. You haven't given me a reason to stab you to death.
Okay, I could have sworn we didn't. Sounds like she's really out for blood.
That's so rude of you, passing judgments on strangers you've never met. Silly little bird face thinks he's so serious coming down here but doesn't know anything. I bet you didn't like that, did you? I bet you didn't like—
I have absolutely zero. She certainly feels. Just because she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean you know who is armed. But I'm no. All the more reason to jump into the deep end and deal with her.
It would be so much easier to prove that I do have a sharp object. I could just show it to you.
The princess smiles as she pulls her hands from behind her back.
But look at this! Hands! Hands that don't have anything in them to stab you with!
Her smile stretches into an even wider grin as she shakes her sleeves.
And empty sleeves, too! Look at how few stabbing implements I have. It's practically zero. I've shown you all of my hiding spots. What kind of princess do you think I am? Wait, that sounds like I'm lying, but I'm actually not. My secret zones are for me, only they have nothing.
Her smile drops for a moment. Her expression.
I assure you, there's nothing hidden there.
I'm inclined to believe her on that one. Of course, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't have something hidden. Last time? Ugh, it's like the two of you are working together on this. Aren't you listening to her? I'm terrible at spotting lies, and even I can tell something's up here. Yes, something is obviously up, and we can all tell that she's lying. The thing she's lying about is how...
What? No, I wouldn't. And you are a brave knight who's supposed to walk up to—
How many more times does she have to... We're clearly still figuring out our angle. Oh, I'm sorry, do you think I'm in a position of luxury, right? You're acting like you are. My entire world is at risk, and maybe you should behave with a little more humility. No. I have my dignity. Fine, and will continue to treat you exactly how you...
Of course I won't.
Against your better judgment, you walk across the room to within arm's reach of the prince. I don't like the way you said within arm's reach. You hear the horrible sound of metal slicing through meat. Whose meat? Not ours, right? Hers, at first. Then yours. Your neck, specifically.
Hehe.
You collapse to the ground, your vision swimming as you attempt to focus on her bloody blade and the limp sack of flesh that was once her arm.
You're going to die now.
And with a quick jerk of her elbow, she does just that. Everything... You're on a path in the woods. No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over... You're... What? The interior of the cabin is sharp. A constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, I feel... Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? The circle's getting smaller and smaller. Running isn't an... What's the point of fighting if she's just going to win every time? It hurts. Great, so obviously you've already been here. This is our third... No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realise that every time you fail... That can't be right, that's too much responsibility. I couldn't agree more. We couldn't be trusted with the fate of a single person. Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table. A pristine blade perched. We take it. Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. This feels right. We just have to... That's right, we've got to be able to win eventually. And what if we never do? So? Are you just going to stand there, or are you going to head to the basement like... I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we... Walk through the door. You do know what doors are. There isn't a door, there's just that mirror. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you?
I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really...
Let's just move it out of the way without looking. I don't want to see us. I'm sure we all look...
Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like.
Oh.
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. And the mirror's gone. Surprise.
It was never there.
Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic.
Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
Fun for her, maybe. I didn't like dying all over.
Thinking about dying makes us as good as dead. The only thing actually does survival matter. We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. Yeah, plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The past isn't real. Your internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her. She's loose, and she is coming for you.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for us and I'm out of ideas. Yeah, that's right, we just have to think. There's
Just standing there, huh? A bold strategy.
You don't have time to finish your thought. In a moment she's across the room, blades flashing in the dim starlight. She skewers you. Ow. What a surprise. Yeah, we don't even get a second to think without her stabbing us. Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the...
I think we're dead, and that's all we'll ever be.
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now this is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here?
This is 4.
No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another... us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where...
As long as we keep moving. Oh, great. So it's going to get even more crowded.
Come on, show me something new.
Okay. She's going to kill this body either way. She skewers you.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. We just have to hit her harder. She skewers you.
You'll have to be trickier than that.
Then you skewer yourself.
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
Huh. That didn't do much of anything. Compliment her on those gleaming blades. She skewers you.
You're cute.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes. Okay, let's go again. Just panic. Flee. She skewers you.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
See? We're getting better. Okay, yeah. That was a good one. Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. She skewers you. We're getting close to something. Can't you feel it? You're right. One last time. That's all we need. And then everything goes dark. And you die. You're on it. Don't lose your head. We're in a cabin and we'll die.
Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different.
Oh, what if? Over my dead body.
That won't be very hard. We've died a lot.
Besides, what better way to die so very many times? Sure, I can think of a better way to die.
They're all the same, really.
How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally. The only thing we're gonna manifest is there are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? How about you stick to describing things? Yeah, leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that. Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destiny.
Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement.
It's more of a slide. Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole... Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs? Or this room? Don't care, just want to win. Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess...
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again, I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself, but I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to... I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it, though.
Are you going to say what she does? Do you want me to talk? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. Oh, yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say, really?
Here we go, now.
The princess's skin twists, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. Then she becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades.
Are you ready for what comes next?
Holy shit! She's... Yes! Behold! Do you think we can throw her out the window?
That looked...
How is she still alive?
Heart's still beating. That's all she needs.
This is fake. This is all fake. She doesn't even have a back anymore. How we...
This is all just a sick...
We're screwed!
This is all just a sick...
What just happened?
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for one. You're incredible.
I think you know what I am. The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Of course, that is by both necessity and this construct you're in exists in many places at once. Any time you failed, any time you thought yourself dead, it would restart but you'll be awake soon. And then it won't be able to work like...
Then ask them, and make it quick. I won't last for long now that you can see me. I'm aware, and if I were you, I'd be more precious about your time. Any other version of me you talked to was just that, a version of me. Perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. For all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm... She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, so I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this thing. Her nature is to become what others perceive her to be. If you actually knew what she was, if you knew her... with some amount of difficulty, but you're an abstract concept yourself. It would have been preferable if you had destroyed her within the confines of the construct, but when I shaped the two of you, I made sure that you were strong. Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are, when the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live. So I am. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly. Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind. Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting man. Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven when the echo spun us from one into two. He gave you a choice and me a role to play. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? As your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not. Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict. If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to...
Abounds this torrent of blades cut you from backwards angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel on it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts, are not you. Alive, dead, then alive.
You learn to put yourself away, and in your stillness you rose above me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you.
But violence has defined the flow of everything between us. Do not...
My mass is mobbing. There is no beginning to them, and there is no end.
And there is no
There's
end.
only the flood of
There
bodies.
is only the
In
flood
every
of
moment you
bodies.
hold every...
But in the end, you reflected it back at me. For a brief moment, both of us were everything. We can be everything again. We can weave a beautiful and endless song.
Their suffering is born of their own delusion.
You are nothing. A black hole of self-loathing fed by the matter of your restless thoughts. A dog blind to it. When I proclaimed my godhood and offered you a place at my side, you gladly became the instrument of mine. Only with both of us is there a future to look towards.
The echo saw horrors because his eyes were closed. The majesty of being.
Your lover drives the stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me, and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
I reject the narrow view of impermanence. I cling to nothing. There is no better us for us.
To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. By believing in your suffering, you make your suffering real. By believing in your limitations, bound for eternity, you saw the need for impermanence. And it was through that need that you carved our freedom. Without impermanence, the suffering of living things is infinite. Would you strip my gifts away and leave everyone to suffer in the dark?
There has never been a finality. There is only the unending transformation of mind multitudes. But
You are unmovable. Is it by the design of our conflict that I cannot win? Nothing is immutable.
Everything that is exists only in relation to There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together. What I offer you is not perspective. It is true.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone. After all the times you told me that mirror was going to kill me, I'm genuinely surprised you missed me. Seems like you've been doing alright on your own, but she's too many things at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get past. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Then let's go. And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's... Do you... Yeah. The interior of the cabin is... well, it's a cabin, yeah? There's no mirror, either. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south...
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there.
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him... Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but... That's probably for the best. It's always... The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't...
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, knife in hand. It really brings me back. Have you given... You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go? No. I feel like I'm myself again.
Well, I don't want to be at the end of that knife, so how about we figure something out?
What if we tried doing this forever? I can do whatever you think I can, right? So, make me put it all back. Make me fix the Echo's construct and make me wipe our memories of everything that's happened. Make me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up. Before either of us saw the truth.
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
That's sweet. But unless you do, the whole world ends, right? Not like I care, but it seems important to you.
I don't think that's something we'll ever get to know, but odds are we've probably done it before.
You brought that knife down here for a reason. Either you use it to kill me, or I use it to put things back.
Okay, if this is your choice, then I have your back. I guess I'll see you on the other side. She takes the blade from our hand, a fondness in her gaze.
Hey, I love you.
on a path in the woods, and you're here to slay her.